Business owners in Atlantic Canada reacting to the new tariff relief measures from the federal government.
$80 million for Atlantic Canadian small, medium-sized enterprises so they can invest in the future. Those are investments. Those are proud investments. They're ambition investments for the future. And what the government...
So that's Prime Minister Mark Carney announcing yesterday the multi-million-dollar fund in St. John's. That $80 million is only a portion of the $1 billion regional tariff response initiative for businesses in Atlantic Canada. So for more on how those businesses will be affected by the program, we're joined from Hollywood, Newfoundland and Labrador this morning by Rhonda tulk-lane, CEO of the Atlantic Canada Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning.
We heard the Prime Minister say there, this fund is going to allow businesses to improve supply chains and find new markets. What are you hearing from Canadian business owners on this morning?
So we were pleased to hear the announcement yesterday. Any relief right now for our businesses in Atlantic Canada is good news. So we're hearing that it's welcomed. And we're also excited, Anne-Marie, that the feds are all ready to go. So the program is open, accepting applications and ready to start doing information sessions to explain to business how they can get this money in their pocket. So that's a good thing.
80 million out of $1 billion. Is it enough?
So yeah, so it may sound like not a lot, but for the agency that administers this for Atlantic Canada, called the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, their annual budgets are about $350 million. So an additional $80 million for this specific initiative is good news for us. We'll take it.
Listen, we've done stories on this program about how provinces in Atlantic Canada will be among those most dependent on trade with the U.S. and so therefore feeling the effects of tariffs. In 2023, more than 92% of New Brunswick exports went south of the border. Explain for us, what are some of the biggest challenges that tariffs are creating for businesses in that region right now?
So there's a couple of different impacts that we're seeing, but you're so right. When the Canadian Chamber announced that like the #1 city affected by tariffs was in my region in St. John, New Brunswick, we were very concerned. So what we're seeing is there's those businesses that are directly impacted: softwood lumber, tires, aluminum, steel. But what is also alarming is that the entire business community, with these global disruptions, they're on a pause. I mean, uncertainty is a bad word for business. So we're feeling a pause, a caution. People are, nervous, which is not good for business. So knowing that there's relief and funding to help us through this time, it's really good news. So we definitely believe we're going to see good news from this and a good return on investment from our businesses that can use this $80 million.
You bring up an interesting word, and that is relief. Because when the Prime Minister describes it, this is about forward thinking, new businesses and innovation. But what I'm hearing from you is businesses need relief now. So if they are applying for this money, will they get it?
Yeah, so it looks like, from hearing about it yesterday and looking at the program criteria, that it's broad, that it's flexible and lenient. So that's what we hope. My fingers are crossed that there's not too much bureaucracy, that they get it to those businesses that need it right away. While we look at innovation and being innovative and coming up with new ideas, we need relief right now. So while we can look at those things in the future, right now we're looking at this as a pot of money that are letting people breathe and know they can move forward.
To your understanding, is this a fund or is this a loan?
I believe there are both, but again, we need to dig into that to find out, because we did hear around the $1 billion that they have a 9-year repayment. So it looks like there are some loan components. Our money is also coupled with monies from the Business Development Corporation and a larger tariff relief fund. So I think what we're seeing is a mix of grants and loans.
So when businesses in your region are applying to access some of this money, where are they finding the criteria to find out whether or not their application actually is possible to be accepted?
Yeah. So we represent 91 chambers and boards of trades in Atlantic Canada. All of our chambers and boards are equipped with this information now to share with businesses, or they can go to ACOA, the Atlantic Canadian Opportunities Agency, or simply just call the Atlantic Chamber of Commerce and we'll get you connected.
Turning away from the talk yesterday of this announcement and back to trade talks, which are ongoing between the Prime Minister and U.S. President Donald Trump, they have yet to result in a new trade deal. So what other supports right now do Atlantic Canadian businesses need as these negotiations are moving forward?
Yeah, great point. So we're really concerned right now with the CUSMA, the deal that needs to be done. So again, while I talk about relief, there are 85% of goods and things we trade that are not affected by tariffs right now. But of course, there are some that are deeply affected. But the other things we're looking at and we're focused on as we work on a deal is our own internal trade barriers. And we've done so much work in partnership with the Canadian Chamber, with my colleagues from across Canada, to break down our own barriers so that we can be confident and certain and do business together. So we're seeing movement on this front. It's slow and measured, but a really positive story.
Rhonda Tulk-lane, CEO of the Atlantic Canada Chamber of Commerce. Good to hear from you this morning. Thanks for coming on.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.